Adam here from the Walzer Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is compare a couple of mid-size SUVs. Now next to me here we have the Hyundai Tucson, and on the other side we have the Subaru Forester. So we'll look at some interior stuff, some of the cool stuff on the exterior, and then see which one might be best for you. Okay, so let's start on the exterior of the Hyundai Tucson. Now this is going to be the Tucson Ultimate, and yes, you guessed it by the name, this is going to be about as loaded up as they come. From the 18-inch wheels to this cool kind of blue-gray color, there's a ton of usability and great size out of the Tucson. Now it's a vehicle that's been in Hyundai's lineup for many years now, and for good reason. It's great and spacious inside the vehicle, but on the exterior, it's a good size. It's easy to park, it's easy to drive, it's easy to live with day to day. Now, if you're into any outdoors activities, maybe the Subaru shines a little bit more, and people always assume that, but the Tucson can deliver on that front too. You've got roof racks. This one's got a small little tow hitch on the back that you could throw a bike rack in. It's got a great size to it, and overall, I mean, that's what makes it a great mid-size SUV. But let's hop over to that Subaru Forester and we'll check that one out. Okay, so now on to the Subaru Forester. Now this is a vehicle that's been in Subaru's lineup for many years now, and for good reason. It seems like it's just kind of grown larger and larger over the years. But again, if you do need a third row Subaru, they've now brought the Ascent into the lineup, but this Subaru Forester gives you a ton of space. It used to just be you could throw the bikes on top, throw a kayak on there. Subaru was built for the outdoors, right? It has its symmetrical all-wheel drive, so you're gonna get sure-footedness in the wintertime or if you're off in gravel roads. It just works. And again, I did say it grew a little bit over the years, but it's not a ginormous SUV. It's not like trying to park a Suburban at a Costco on a busy day. It still is a good size for throwing in the family or for your day-to-day activities. It just sort of works. But inside is where both these vehicles really are going to shine, so let's jump back over to the Hyundai Tucson and we'll hop in that one first. Okay, so now we're inside the Tucson Ultimate. It is a ton of good equipment in here. The first thing you definitely notice is the panoramic sunroof. I've got the shade closed right now, but you can tilt it, open it up, and it's definitely one of those cool options. If it's something you haven't had before, it really opens up the space in the vehicle. Now this one is going to have your ventilated seats, it's going to have heated seats in here, and I like the simplicity of the layout. There's still buttons for everything, right? So you can control your temperature, it's going to be a dual zone climate control, and you've also got a USB down here, so you can keep everything charged up. Plus, if you have a wireless capable charging device, you can set that right there, and it makes it super easy. You're not messing with your phone, everything's going to be run through the infotainment. Now beyond that, the ride and drive of the Tucson, like I said, it's not a huge vehicle. I like that you feel a little bit safer sitting up a little bit higher, and Hyundai does provide a ton of safety and technology, whether it's blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, all that good stuff is built into the Tucson, and it's going to help you and your family stay safe when you're on the road. So whether you're taking a road trip or you're just bopping around town, I mean, that's where this really shines compared to the Subaru Forester. It is a little bit smaller, but again, it's gonna have most of the same equipment that the Forester has, and it's gonna do it with a 10-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty from Hyundai, so you know that you're gonna be on the road for many years to come. Let's hop over to that Subaru Forester, we'll check out that interior. Okay, so now we're in the Subaru Forester. This is going to be the Premium. So like I said, that Hyundai Tucson was the Ultimate. So you can definitely load one of these up to have pretty much the same equipment as you'd find in this one. But as far as just the base Forester goes, you're still going to have a ton of equipment in here. I always have loved the Subaru Forester sunroof. It's not the full panoramic roof in this one, but it slides about 3/4 of the way back. And again, it really opens it up, especially if you've got kids in the back. It helps them kind of get more light, not feel so crammed in. So a few other things in the Forester here. The infotainment screen on this model is going to be the smaller display, but it's not so distracting. Some of the other Subarus have that really large display, which is kind of busy. If you're not used to it, it can be a little confusing. So I like the smaller display, and then you have the little screen up above, which is going to give you more of your pertinent information. Distance to empty, fuel economy, if you're using the X mode or the all-wheel drive system, it's going to give you some stuff up there, your AC controls. It's all very convenient, easy to use. Now Subaru, obviously if you've been looking at Subaru, you know that they're safe vehicles when you're on the road. Like I mentioned, this does have that symmetrical all-wheel drive system, so it's always going to be an all-wheel drive. So if it's raining, if it's snowing, if you're out in the mountains doing something, you are going to have that sure-footedness, which definitely helps for peace of mind. Blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, there's adaptive cruise control in this model as well, so you do have a ton of safety equipment to help you out. So this is the standard single zone climate control. You can do the dual zone. There's a couple different ways between the Forester. Maybe if you're looking at the Outback and comparing it against that, there's a ton of equipment and so much stuff you can spend hours going through it all. But overall, looking at this one, it does feel a little more what Subaru kind of preaches, right? Which is outdoors, throw the dogs in, throw the mountain bikes in, and kind of go. That one seems like it's a little more luxury involved. It's a little nicer inside the cabin, I feel like. The way the infotainment's laid out and everything else in the Tucson, it's just a little more luxury, where this feels a little more rugged, a little more outdoors. It does feel like it might wear a little bit better in here. I love these soft touch materials. Subaru does this awesome StarTex material. So the StarTex, if you spill an ice cream cone on it or you spill a drink on it, you grab it and just wipe it up. This one's gonna have the cloth seats, which is actually super comfortable. And you can just crush miles on the highway in this and not be uncomfortable. So overall, comparing the two, a lot of the same equipment. Hyundai's gonna have a little bit better warranty from the factory, but when you do shop at Walser, you are gonna get an 8-year, 100,000 mile powertrain warranty, no matter what new vehicle you're looking at. So you are gonna be protected when you're on the road for a long time, but I mean, it really breaks down to maybe your lifestyle. This one has a little more space inside, right? Forester, like I said, over the years, got a little bigger. That one might be a little easier to park, but not too much, because this one with the backup camera is pretty convenient as well. So I think you have to get out, drive them both, see what you think, see which seat fits better for you, see how you like the height adjustment in each one. I think there's no wrong choice, and it's definitely worth getting out to check it out. So in conclusion, it's pretty close. I mean, both definitely have their special features or things that are pretty awesome inside, and the styling, maybe like one better than the other one, but you gotta come out, check them out, take them for a test drive and see what you think. You can visit us online at walser.com or stop into any one of our locations. We'd be happy to help you out. Thanks again for watching.